Zombies have been done to death lately with almost every game seemingly have an undead element within them. Does ZombiU do enough to separate itself from its rivals, or should you leave this launch title rotting in a gutter?
Not messing about with these blighters.
ZombiU is set in a post-apocalyptic London that has been overrun with varying types of zombies. You, a survivor, find yourself being chased by a horde of zombies when a mysterious voice, later revealed to be the Prepper, guides you to a safe house in the London Underground. From there you are sent on go here, do this and come back missions that become rather tedious after a while. Each mission furthers the story somewhat, which is split into two overarching plots, to find a cure and to simply survive. Often in the story, the first plot can put the second in jeopardy, but this only works to make a more interesting game. By no means a blockbuster summer hit, the plots of ZombiU do enough to further along the story while keeping the player interested. ZombiU is the perfect example of how to create games for the Wii U. The gameplay is great and the use of the gamepad is how it should be done. ZombiU is a survival horror game that is focused on realism and immersion. Zombies don't just drop when you look at them, you'll need to hit them around the head 5 times just to kill them. Of course, there are guns in the game, but in following the theme of realism, there is little ammo scattered around the world. This caused me during my playthroughs to use the cricket bat more than I would have liked. When you do use a gun, however, you'll need to get a headshot which, when using the pistols and assault rifles, can be a little difficult, as you don't have the luxury of a scope or iron sights. But when you use a scoped weapon such as a sniper or crossbow, it becomes a lot more accurate. When you use a scoped weapon, you raise the gamepad and use it as a scope, tilting it to aim and using touch buttons to change the magnification. This is how the gamepad should be integrated with games that have a firearm element. While you're not blowing off zombie heads with the gamepad, it will be primarily used as a zombie detecting map and radar, as well as an inventory screen. When looting from a bin, drawers or the dead undead, the focus is switched from the TV to the gamepad, where you drag your items into your backpack. This can cause some intense moments where you become unaware that you're about to be mauled while you drool over that fancy new pistol you found. An aspect of the game I thought would have little impact, but in fact is one of the biggest features, is that when you die, you are dead, in a matter of speaking. If you're playing the normal mode, when you die as one survivor, you wake up as another. In order to get your loot back, you need to track down your former self and beat them in order to get your stuff back. This for me is why I never wanted to die, seeing as it could take a lot of walking to get your loot back. Should you die again before getting your stuff back, it is then lost and scattered around the game. The game does become difficult at times, and gradually ramps up towards the end as you would expect. It's not so difficult that you're ready to quit, but it's not easy that you could do it blindfolded. It sits in the Goldilocks zone that so many games in recent years have failed to hit. The graphics in ZombiU are in no way spectacular, and do not showcase the Wii U's potential power. However, Ubisoft has managed to create a gritty, believable world that creates an atmosphere that is hard to match. For all those gore lovers out there, you will see plenty of blood and body parts, but not on a God of War level. Heads explode and blood rushes out of bodies, giving good effect that could have been even better, with some high resolution textures and some variation on the one animation used. I would have liked to see some more variation in the models used for the zombies, as you'll see the same B feature in Riot Police zombies too many times to count, along with largely the same sounds. However, these are minor criticisms and don't take away from the overall experience. ZombiU is not a console seller like Mario or Zelda, but it is a compelling and intense survival horror game. The combat can become tedious and the presentation isn't on a level like Uncharted, but the combination of gameplay and story gives you an experience that shouldn't be missed if you have a Wii U. If Nintendo can get more games like this onto their system, they will succeed in getting the hardcore crowd back. ZombiU gets an 8.5 out of 10.